Your 20s may have been filled with fun, making mistakes, and being reckless with your money. But once you enter your 30s, your lifestyle and priorities will change, along with every milestone in your career and personal life. Here are 5 financial goals you need to achieve in your 30s to be wealthy in your 60s. Number 5. Build a credit score of 740 or higher. Getting a high credit score is especially crucial in your 30s as you may be planning to buy a house soon. Banks and other lending institutions will determine the interest rate on your mortgage based on your credit score. Apart from your mortgage, it will also affect the interest on your car loans and other personal loans. The good news is your credit score does not need to be perfect. Ranging from a score of 300 to 850, getting 740 is enough to show moneylenders that you are creditworthy. In turn, they'll give you a favorable interest rate, saving you tens of thousands or more in your debt payments. If you're falling behind on your credit score, here are 5 categories you need to keep in mind to improve it. Payment history. This will reflect your ability to make timely payments on your bills. Make sure to pay your balance in full and on time consistently. Accounts owed. This refers to the percentage of money you owe against your credit limit. Ideally, your debt should not exceed 30% of your credit limit. Length of your credit history. The longer you've had credit, the chances of you having better credit score. Credit mix. Having a solid mix of different types of credits, such as credit cards, car loans, and mortgages, can positively impact your credit score. And lastly, new credit. This refers to newly opened credit accounts. If you have opened multiple accounts over a short period of time, it is considered as a red flag to moneylenders, and this can lower your credit score. Number 4. Save 6 months to 1 year's worth of emergency fund. When you are just starting to work, you may have followed the general rule of thumb of having 3 to 6 months worth of emergency savings. As you enter your 30s, you need to raise this up to 6 months to 1 year's worth of living expenses. Meaning, if you have a monthly expense of $2,500, you need to have $15,000 to $30,000 in your emergency fund. This is because you are now at the stage of your life where other people may be relying on you financially. If you suddenly lost your job and are unable to find a new one longer than expected, a strong emergency fund will tie your family through until you get another job. It'll also allow you to continue making payments on your loans, such as your mortgage. If your emergency fund isn't enough, you are more likely to dip into your investments or tap into credit card debt, which can lead to even more serious financial trouble. If you haven't achieved it yet, start by setting up automatic deposits every payday so it gets priority over discretionary expenses. Keep it easily accessible in a high-yield savings account. And if at any point you really need to use it, make it a priority to replenish it back up. Number 3. Save at least 20 to 30% of your income. Once you turn 30, it is crucial to save a significant portion of your salary. You don't want to spend your 40s and 50s catching up with your retirement savings. Because the closer you get to retirement, the harder your money needs to work and the lesser time it has to grow. If you aren't already saving at least 20 to 30% of your income, start now. The higher the better, but anything lesser is a financial risk. Another rule of thumb is, you should also have at least 1 year's worth of salary saved at this age. So if you earn $60,000 a year, on your 30th birthday, you should already have $60,000 in your savings. Number 2. Eliminate all debts, starting with the high-interest ones. Your 30s is the time you need to be aggressive in paying off your debt. Tackle high-interest debts first and work your way towards the lowest. Let's say you're paying 7% of interest on your car loans, 5% on your student loans, and 21% on your credit card debt. It makes sense to eliminate your credit card debt first, as the high interest is eating up most of your money before it even touches the principal. If you're holding multiple credit cards, the same principle applies, to tackle the one with the highest interest first. As you strike off your credit card balances one by one, continue to make the minimum payments on all your other debts, and avoid taking on new debts altogether. After your credit card debt is settled, you can now focus on paying down your car loans, student loans, and other personal unpaid bills you may have. And once all your non-mortgage debts are paid off, you'll now be able to make bigger payments on your mortgage, making you one step closer to being completely debt-free. Before getting into number 1, kindly hit the subscribe button so you never miss out on future videos. With that said, here is number 1. Be comfortable in saying no. The difference between successful people and really successful people is that really successful people say no to almost everything. Warren Buffett. Your 30s should be about establishing boundaries and saying no. The sooner you realize that time and energy are your greatest assets and that they are depleting, the faster you'll learn to let go of things or people that don't contribute to your growth. This could be as simple as declining a birthday invitation to prioritize a work project to meet its deadline, or missing out on a game night to commit to a part-time job to earn some cash. Saying no could also mean leaving a low-paying job you've had for years to challenge yourself to pursue better career opportunities. It could also mean rejecting a rude client to find someone who can give mutual respect. If you want to be a master of saying no, follow these tips. Be clear and concise. Beating around the bush will only make you look less trustworthy. Sometimes a short and straightforward approach will make people respect your decision more. Show gratitude but be firm. Acknowledge the person's effort but gracefully decline. You can say, "I'm grateful you asked me. However, I already have plans." Practice makes perfect. You may feel guilty or scared in turning down people's requests, but as you do it more often, it will become a habit, and this habit will turn into your lifestyle. Make sure to check out the next video, as you will surely get a ton of value from it. Thanks and see you again.